So the Indiana Fever, a couple of games ago, signed a few hardship players. They signed Kyra Lambert, who, as expected, did not play because I don't know why the hell they signed her. Chloe Bibby is a weird one because they don't really seem to want to play her very much. But one player that we gotta give credit where credit's due because she stunk it up in her debut. She absolutely stunk it up in her debut is Odyssey Sims. Odyssey Sims. She was horrific in her debut against Dallas and the loss. She scored very well against the Mystics, 50% shooting, 11 points. But then she steps up with 19 points. She steps up with 19 points. Like she's averaging 10 points per game for the Indiana Fever. And I didn't know what was wrong with her because it was like she stopped playing on the 11th of June for personal reasons. And then nearly 3 weeks later played one game and then got waived. And she got waived for somebody who in Julie Van Loo was averaging way less points. Reality is you bring in Julie Van Loo because of her ability to play on and off the ball. Is the reason why I really wanted Julie Van Loo for the Indiana Fever, because Julie Van Loo can be a true point guard and get the ball side to side. She can be a Mario Chalmers point guard, or she can be a shot-chucking spark plug. She can do all three. Like she was able, like with the Mystics last year, she was mostly just a passer. With the Belgian national team, she's a chucker. Like there's a big difference. But Odyssey Sims was really good. Like she played 42 minutes. Like she had 7 assists, 4 turnovers. Like she played 42. And we got to give credit where credit's due. Like I understand, like obviously people kind of writing her off after the first game. And I do stand by it that Odyssey Sims is not the best fit for this Fever team. I stand by that Odyssey Sims probably did not play much basketball from the end of June until the start of August. But she is still the most talented player that the Fever could have gotten by a long shot. She is by a mile the most talented player that was available for the Indiana Fever. Nobody even close. There was nobody even close to being as talented as Odyssey Sims. And with that being said, like the Fever got their talent. They got talent. They got pure basketball ability. And sometimes talent can win you games. As we've saw from what Kelsey Mitchell did against the Connecticut Sun. Like they beat the Connecticut Sun because Kelsey Mitchell just went nuclear. They didn't do anything smart. They didn't have any smart basketball. They didn't do anything crazy. They weren't out there cooking, or out there running great sets. They literally were just, they were just chucking and it went in. And sometimes you can win games by just chucking with talent. And Odyssey Sims, who's not a true point, she's Kelsey Mitchell. She is she's as quick as Kelsey, but she's slightly less in shape Kelsey Mitchell. Like they're basically the same player. And look, is that going to help us long term in the playoffs? Hell no. Like I think Odyssey Sims is there to run the ship as a starter. I don't think she's going to be there as a backup. I think we're going to bring in a different point guard as a backup for the playoffs if Caitlin's healthy. I don't think she's there to be a backup. I think she's there to be a starter for a short period of time. But Odyssey Sims was a major reason why the Fever saved their season. We have to admit that. Like, without Odyssey Sims, do the Fever save their season? Probably not. Like, without Odyssey Sims, they don't win that game against the Sun. And that's the thing where it's like, she was a major help in the Indiana Fever saving their season. And she was a major reason why they managed to do it. And regardless of what happens, like, I don't see her. Like, they're signing her to continue with 7 days. I think the second 7 day leads us into the Storm game. And I think if Caitlin's back, maybe she plays one game with Caitlin back. Maybe she plays one game. But that's probably it with Caitlin back in the team. And I think they're going to try to find an actual backup point guard then. Or maybe they're just going to say, you know what, Kelsey, you've done a good enough job as a backup point guard. We're okay. But the problem is there's no Sophie Cunningham on the floor anymore. And Sophie Cunningham realistically starts the point guard. So that can be a little bit of a tricky one. And maybe with no Sophie, they would rather have a, I don't know, like a Julie Alamon type point guard, which again, they're hard to find. Like, who are you gonna try play? I can't even think of like a Julie Alamon type point guard that's around. Like you one who went to like Drake University last year. What's it? Dina? I blanked on her name. Like Megan McConnell's a bit of a chucker. Like there's nobody really that I can think of at the top of my head. There probably is. Oh, you can go Kyra Lambert again. No, should not be in the league. But maybe your one Jensen who played with the Mystics. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know what's going on here. But Odyssey Sims, regardless of whether or not she's on the team for the playoffs, touch wood, the team makes the playoffs. Regardless of whether or not she's like with the team for then, regardless of whether or not the team make the playoffs in the first place, which is a complete other question, but is something we have to actually talk about. Because like if the Storm go on a bit of a streak, like there is a shot we don't make the playoffs here. Like, and I think she can hold down the ship till Caitlin's back. Like I think it's funny, she's better than Ari McDonald as a player, which she is, but she is a worse fit than Ari McDonald was. Ari McDonald was just relentless. Like the Ari McDonald, I hadn't seen Ari McDonald play like that since she was at Arizona. Like I watched Ari McDonald play at Arizona a little bit. Would have watched those tournament games, and then I watched a couple of Sparks games last year, and I didn't think much of Ari McDonald. Like the only thing I really remember Ari McDonald doing was guarding Caitlin Clark after the second free throw, and I watched a lot of Sparks games at the start of the year to watch Cameron Brink. So yeah, I don't really remember much of Ari McDonald. I just remember her starting point guard. That's literally all I remember, is that she was the starting point guard. Like that team used to start her and Lexi Brown at the 1-2 at times, and then they had like, what was that team? Her, Lexi Brown, Kia Nurse, Brink and Hamby, I think was their starting five last year. Rakia was coming off the bench. Yeah, it's something. It's a signing. And you know what? Like, I think a lot of people are still kind of talking about Odyssey Sims' really, really poor first game. And they're like, oh, she had a really bad first game. She's been a bad signing. I'm like, no, Odyssey Sims has been a really, really good signing. She's been a really, really good signing so far for the Fever. And I do think that when it's all said and done, Odyssey Sims will be a player that has a positive impact on the Indiana Fever for this season. So anyway, yeah, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.